This afternoon. This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range. It's about 98 degrees outside and humidity's about 140. I've done drunk 3 bottles of water. Hey, I got this old used gun. The old used gun I got today is a Slam Dandy, buddy. This is the 622 Harrington Richardson. This is the most minimalist version of the H&R monoframe 22 revolver that they probably made. Now, they made these in the late 1960s through the 70s, and probably manufactured a few of them during the 80s. This one is marked H&R Inc. Warsh Mass USA. Warsh Mass USA. The Harrington Richardson revolvers of this nature. Now, this basic frame carried them through probably 50 different variations on this gun, including a Western style revolver with a Western style gate and ejector rod and so forth on it. But this is the absolute minimal base gun of this model design. Harrington Richardson was a company that figured out early on how to manufacture firearms cheaply from good materials. This is a monoframe gun. So what they did was they milled out all of the internals without creating a gun with a side plate to where everything could go in the gun through the bottom and then be assembled with these tension pins. Okay? So you have no side plate to worry about. You have some kind of sharp corners on it because they didn't take the time to mill and smooth those out. But what they did was they made a very solid and serviceable handgun with a bare minimum of machining and tooling, and these guys last forever. I mean, they just simply last forever. You have to work at it. I mean, you have to throw it out of a high-speed car over a tall bridge to do any serious damage to it. You have to work at doing serious damage to it in order to hurt it. This is just a good rudimentary handgun. We're going to try this gun out. I've never shot it. We're going to try this gun out and see how it actually shoots. I've got a 4-inch pasty target up down there. This is the version that does not have a keeper on it at all. The keeper is internal. There's a little piece in here that's installed when the barrel is installed that acts as the detent to hold the pin in place. So you just pull the pin straight out. Then you dump the cylinder out either side. Okay, and it has a 6-shot cylinder. So we'll put 6 in it. A pull pin design is basically what it's referred to as opposed to pull pin swing out, and they manufactured several of those that the cylinder swung out after you pulled the pin. Load the cylinder back in there, line it up a little bit, get it on the cylinder lock pin. There we go. And simply put your pin back in. Push it in until you hear it click, and then you're ready. And you're good to go. Now, I've got the old pasty up down there. We're going to try 6-on double action and 6-on single action and see how I actually do with it. And here we go. Let's get that over a little bit. Maybe move this back a little bit. All right, here we go. 6-on single action, 6-on double action, 6-on double action. Oops, snapped one. There we go, finally went. All right, I think that was the ammo's fault, not the gun's fault. Now these guys typically have this style of cylinder. So you can put the pin into the center and punch them all out at the same time. Or if you've only shot 2 or 3 and you don't want to reload the entire cylinder, you can come up here and punch them out one at a time. That's pretty neat. You know, that was fairly forward thinking. Those away without them putting them in the top of my shoe. Put about 6 more in there. Very rudimentary gun. Put your cylinder back in. And let's try 6-on single. Okay. Unload this guy. Like that. Put her back together. Now we've been shooting this thing over here while the battery charged back up on the phone. Take a look at the accuracy and see how I actually shot it. Whew. So I get my cardio doing these videos, walking back and forth to the target stand. There's the previous Ruger target pistol over here, and here's our H&R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 in the same hole right there for sure. That's 15 yards. That's all right. That's pretty good shooting. Pretty good shooting on my part, pretty good shooting on the gun's part. These guys typically all shoot good. If you look back at one of the videos I did recently, or last summer, I've got the older model of this gun, and I've got 2 of them. 2 of them just alike, 1 in 6-inch and 1 in 2-inch. And they both shoot really well. This guy, so what are these worth today? In today's market, guns in this condition of this type command pretty good money compared to what they originally sold for. This was a $39.99 to $49.99 gun when it was new. You could buy these at Firestone, Western Auto, and places like that. You know, and typically many people shunned them because they were cheap. But the thing of it is, they were also good. This gun shoots as good as a 6-inch Smith & Wesson kit gun. Okay? So if you're not interested in prestige and you are interested in work, this would be a good choice. In today's market, these guns in this condition are all over the place. They'll bring anywhere from $125 to $250, just depending on, you know, how big a chiseler the guy is that's selling it and how bad the guy wants it. I would give my appraised value of this firearm at $125 to $150. It does have a busted grip that's been glued back, but it is holding together. Just an outstanding little gun. What would you use it for? Well, it's probably not the greatest home defense gun around. It probably is, actually, but I wouldn't carry it as a defensive firearm for carry. Trap line, boat gun, tractor toolbox gun, you know, you just want a gun around all the time with you, this would be the gun to have. Well, that's about the size of it for the old 622 Harrington Richardson. Like-a-tate, share a pie, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me no dollar in the Patreon bucket if you want to. God bless everyone and get your shots. Join the NRA, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now.